Our lives have been changed forever. My name is Vanessa. I'm a healer, a lightworker, and I'm here to help. There is a much bigger picture that's happening right now. We have all been fed a program of fear. And what we do now will depend on what happens in our future. Right now, all over the world, human rights are being violated. In Australia, people are being arrested simply for not showing their vaccine cards. The same in Germany. In Canada, people who haven't got the thing, I need to stop using that word now because we are being severely censored. People who haven't got the thing aren't able to leave Canada now. There are curfews still. There is a massive violation of our human rights, and a propaganda of fear is being spread, and a division between those who have got it and those who haven't. Are you following me? This division between us has always been their main way, the people in power who have an agenda that is beyond our understanding. This separation is the key to their success. And you see it now, people fighting against people who are on this side and this side. The same was with race all the time. They're trying to separate us, but we must unite. We must decide that we are not going to live a life of fear, especially when the science doesn't back this whole thing. Where is the science? I have always been a deep lover of science, and the science doesn't make sense here. And let me tell you something. You could say, well, I don't live in Australia. I don't live in Germany. I don't live in Canada. Maybe you do, and maybe you're hearing this, and I hear you. And China. Do you know in China that people were awakened in the middle of the night, forced to leave their homes and go stay in these quarantine camps? This is all to do with the Olympics. Human rights are being violated, and our silence is our compliance. We need to wake up. You may not agree with what I'm saying, but you must agree that you want the truth. And I ask you right now out loud, call out to the universe and ask for the truth to be revealed to you. And it will. Truths are so slowly starting to be exposed. And I can tell you that what happens in another part of the world can happen where you are. And the more that we turn away and turn our backs away from this because we don't want to deal with it, because we'd rather choose comfort, because we're afraid. And let me tell you something, this video is not about fear. Oh, it is the opposite. I want to give you your power back. I want to give you a life back where you don't have to live in fear, because that is what has been given to you now. But we don't have to take this. We don't have to accept this as truth. We live in a world where a small amount of people hold the power, where there is a bigger agenda here going on, and we are blind to this. We live in a world where scientists are paid for their studies, to make their studies say a certain thing. We live in a world where we are being programmed the way that they want us to be programmed, and we need to wake up. We need to wake up and say, no, this isn't the life I want for myself, for my children, for my children's children. No, I'm not going to stand for human rights being taken away, even if it's in a different country. Yes, I can close my door. Yes, I can bury my head in my phone and distract myself. I can get on my video games and I don't have to think about that until you do, until it's at your door, until it's in your country. And it is here where we live. It is. just not on the highest scales like you see in Australia, in Germany, in China, in Canada. What happens in other parts of the world can happen here, and what's happening here in the United States is a massive propaganda of fear that is taking the life that you once loved and had and changing it forever. We need to wake up. Everything that comes from a place of fear does not come from God and does not help you or the collective. I say this in almost all of my videos. Everything that comes from a place of love does. And look at what is being driven here by fear. It is controlling us. It is constricting us. It is changing our life and taking away our freedoms. And it's only just begun. This isn't over. There's all these different variants they're saying now, Omicron. Look around you. Look around you at the facts. We don't have the science on it, but look around. Omicron is a cold. Now I'm not denying that people die from this illness. I'm not denying that. But what I'm saying is that the science doesn't match. People die from the flu. People die from heart disease. People are dying. We are all dying eventually, and we all are susceptible to diseases, and this disease is not separate from that. But the science doesn't back, and never did, the extreme measures that are being taken place. People have lost their businesses. People will continue to lose their businesses. And if we allow this separation between those who've got it and those who haven't, then we are giving in to exactly what they want. We must unite. We must unite. Our silence is compliance. I love you. There is a different reality available to us, one where we wake up and we realize what pawns we are in all of this. Where we wake up and get our heads out of our phones. There's a million distractions, beautiful distractions available at our fingertips. And we have the choice to wake up from this and say, hey, this isn't making sense. Hey, I just watched a video of a woman, your everyday Jane next door, being arrested because she didn't show her vaccine card. Maybe not in my country. Okay, what happens in another country can happen outside your door, I promise you. But do not fear. Come from a place of love. What I'm telling you is break these chains of fear. Break this. You are being hypnotized, programmed, that you can't live your life, that you need to be afraid. No, we need to wake up with love, with compassionate action. All of our actions must be compassionate action, non-violence, but we must not be walking zombies, just ignoring the reality of what's happening. Wake up. Call out to the universe for you to wake up. This message is with love. What kind of world do you want to live in? What kind of world? Look at our children. Look at the world that they live in now. Look at their lives. This isn't ending. I love you. And I want you to understand that we have a choice. We all have a choice and we all matter, and our silence is compliance. Don't buy into the fear. So many people's lives are just havocked with fear. We're afraid to do anything. We're afraid to go and meet with our families. We're afraid to have events with people. They want this. They want the separation. This is exactly what they want. And you have a choice. What are you going to do? I love you, and I will connect with you soon. Thank you.